can never say BKSB because he's a lot of things. So he is fake, and that is how I'm ending it.
I want to understand, if someone has multiple personalities, how is that fake?
I'm not saying that you are like that with Swiss. I'm not saying you are the same character with Swiss. All I'm saying is the very same thing with Swiss. Even when I touch him, it's like, man, KB, you understand? And then he will look at me with like just those eyes.
Okay,
only.
KB,
And then I will stop.
What is consent?
Please do.
What is consent?
Bamela, consent is when I'm not allowed to actually do anything to you unless you say yes.
Did you have consent to touch
No,
me?
I didn't.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. But stop laughing about matters. What
am I laughing about? I'm not laughing.
Whatever, man.
All right.
Union started with the Lilo housemates. Did I say that well? So yeah, Semesh Africa asked this housemates that some are missing, and Tyrone replied that yes, we were all given equal opportunities to come here, air our views and whatnot, but some people decided not to show up. It's on them. So before that, there was a flashback about the season, some events that happened in the season, just for us to refresh our memories, to remember this housemates. Yeah. And the one that stood for me was when they flashed back to how they announced the winner of the season. Is it this year? Yeah. The winner of the season. And Sweet Golova was somehow blushing and nodding his head. Yeah, he's a winner. He should blush. So housemates were all looking beautiful. They were all looking takeaway, ravishy, classy, I must say. Sweet says he was not part of any bandana group. Elza said maybe being part of that group hurt his game. Some of them are like, oh, they did not know there was any bullying in this bandana group or what. And Uyanda said bandana boys were bullies. They mistreated him. They bullied him. In fact, they made him feel less of himself. Melino said somebody should define bullying for him in the context of bullying. And Samesh defined what bullying was, and we saw it on the screen as he was defining what bullying meant. Yes, bullying is a way of making people feel uncomfortable, threatening their peace. And Sweet Golova explained his own take about the whole bullying thing. So Tyrone explained that naturally he's somebody that gets along with people. He makes friends easily. He's entertaining. What again did he sing? He's a nice guy. And he realized that anytime he was entering the diary room, other people were entering the diary room, his name was never mentioned. And Sivesh was like, was that a strategy for you? And he said no. Obviously, they will say no. It's hard for you to see any housemates own up to say, okay, yes, it's my strategy. Iron said it comes with its pros and cons. Samesh said in a season that there was fierce competition, relationship held it for some, and it tore it apart for others. Nate explained how her and PK became close. She said she was washing dishes in the kitchen one time and PK came to the kitchen. I think he helped her out and they got chatting and they started talking about relationship. There and there she realized that, oh my God, this guy gets me. This is somebody that understands me. And she wants to clear something. The viewers feel that she was controlling PK. She was never controlling PK. She just has a dominant character. Pehile said she was actually controlling PK, as somebody that has stayed in the house, this is what she would say. She was controlling PK and maybe manipulating the situation. And Insuku said one time she was taking her ice cream and she noticed this control is on a steroid, that she was controlling PK. PK said he's an introvert and some of the housemates notice it. And Nate knows him like that he's an introvert. And Jojo said no, when he wakes up he's not a raining weather, he's not a straightforward person, he is a fake person. And PK said he's somebody that has multi-personality. How will somebody of that nature be fake? PK now says maybe diction is the problem, and Jojo says that maybe I don't know English. Savage now said that Nate cooked. Now he feels like Nate was the problem with him and KB. That Nate was like, sweet, take PK to the bed. And Gabby was like, were they in good terms when all that happened? Were they talking? That even if she went to the bed, were they talking? And they kept arguing among each other. And Swiss kept nodding his head. And Samesh noticed that Swiss wanted to talk. Swiss said that KB and Salvage, they used to share the same bed, sleep on the same bed. But when they fought, she had no bed, and he would not allow her sleep on the floor. He allowed her sleep on his bed. And yes, that one time, they cuddled. KB, KB says that Salvage is not a man, he is a boy. That in fact, she has a recording that is going to destroy him. Without her, he won't be relevant. And this recording will make women run away from him. And Smash now insists that, okay, they should play. This one time is going to allow us hear the recording. So they called somebody to connect it so we hear the recording. And I was confused as fuck. Like, what is going on in this recording? All I was hearing is the couple brand likes all this couple thingy. But they couple to show off, and this guy Savage claimed that she was sleeping around. Like, it was messy. It was messy. Even Simesh attested that we are confused as fuck. Even some of the housemates, when they were asked what do they think, they refused to choke their mouths. They refused to say anything. Everybody was as confused as. Yuanda said disrespect does not sit well with him. He has warned a couple of HOH about that. So there was an incident that he was a bit disrespectful. He was a bit violentish with Jojo, and that led to a warning. And many people felt like it was not enough. He could have gotten a strike instead of a warning. And Swiss was like, they did not know what was in his head. All they heard that day was Jojo screaming. It was crazy. And he likes to protect his tribe. So in that argument, Swiss touched Yuanda, and Yuanda does not like to be touched. And Swiss said he did not know that. So Yuanda said he apologized to Jojo, but he did not apologize to Swiss because he felt there was no need. There's no point for him to apologize. And Insuku said Mileno did exactly the same thing that Yuanda did to Jojo. And Mileno was like, I did not get a DQ. DQ is disqualification. Yusuku said, but Yuanda did not get any disqualification. And this guy, Millennial, was arguing with Nsuku that how, tell me how, this, that. Nsuku said Millennial attacked her and Millennial denied that he did not attack her. She said she was sitting and she stood up. And this guy denies that no, she did not stand up. Kebi said she's a flirty person. She asked this housemate, what do they prefer? Do they like hugs? And everybody was like, yes, they prefer hugs. And on the day of the disqualification, they hugged her. And when they played the clips that led to her disqualification, she had other housemates, but it was just one clip that was played. PK said she was flirtatious, that it was too much. She came to his bed, laid on his bed, and even touched him, his body. And this lady, KB, said, but you were laughing, meaning to her that laughter was an indication of, oh, I don't have problem with it. I'm fine with it. But PK was feeling uncomfortable. He didn't want to make her feel bad. Hence, he was laughing. He said he said it multiple times that he was uncomfortable. And he asked her that, KB, what is consent? And she defined consent as when two people are in agreement with something. That is my own definition of consent. When two people agree to go ahead with an act. And she defined it perfectly well. Oh. And he was like, thank you. Did he consent? And she was like, no. So this guy had already told you that I don't want. I'm not comfortable. But you went ahead because he was laughing. PK said, Samesh, you're not allowing me finish my statement. Whoop! So PK was upset. Apparently, she carried so much anger. And she said she was called a sexual molester. And she stormed off the reunion in anger. She was teary. So guys, thank you so much. This is the end of the video. See you on my very next video. Bye and have a nice day.